Yes, hello. Welcome to FMRevu. I'm your host, Freddie Robinson. And in this video, I'll be unboxing my new cell phone. And in this video, I'll be unboxing the ZTE Majesty Straight Talk cell phone, which I got from Wal-Mart for $180. And I'll give you a close-up of the front of the box, where you can see Straight Talk wireless and no contract $45 unlimited nationwide text talk data. And it gives you some of the options that it has. It runs on Android. It has a 4.5-inch touchscreen display. It has a 1.2 GHz processor, a 5 megapixel camera, and a 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera, and it supports video recording, and it includes a 4 gigabyte microsd card. This is what the phone looks like inside of the case, and it gives you some of the options down below of what all the features are. And you can see some of the highlights are Bluetooth 4.0, MP3 player, GPS capability, 3G and Wi-Fi, 1.2 gigahertz processor, Android 4.1, and it has a 4.5-inch touchscreen. So once you take the bright green sleeve off, you're left with a plastic case that houses the phone and the cables and paperwork that comes with it. Start here by activating your phone, and it gives you the serial number and information you need to activate your phone. You also have a service guide, and it's a pretty thick little book. And there's a neat fold down little tab that separates the plastic of the case. And you'll notice it has the rounded edges, a 4.5-inch touchscreen, and it has 3 buttons at the bottom, one for back, one for home, and one for some alternative menu. If I turn the phone on its side, you can see that it's relatively thin, and it has the buttons up and down for the volume and the charging port or the transfer port for data, and on the side you have a button to power it on or off. On the back you have an area for your 4 gig SD card and your camera, and then the area for your battery. And it's fairly simple to replace or upgrade your SD card just by pressing up and turning over and removing the SD card, and you can easily put in a higher capacity card simply by placing the card in and sliding down. And so now I have a 16 gig card in my phone, and I'll place the back cover over the phone. So you can see the overall thickness of this phone. It's not too much. It's not overbearing. It's not big and bulky. And again, this is a 4.5-inch screen, and my current LG Optimus, which is a 4.3-inch screen. So you can see they're close in size. And I'll go ahead and remove the protective cover from the front and power the phone on. And the power button is in the upper right corner. And you can hear it vibrate. It says ZTE, and it has a red light in the upper left corner. And you can see that this screen is highly reflective. You have the standard TracFone wireless blue screen, and the model of this phone is Z796C, and you have a startup wizard that says English and next. Now it's looking for the wireless connections, and it sees all the connections that are available. I was able to connect to my wireless router, and I'll click next, select my time zone, and it automatically picked it up. Do you have a Google account? If you use Gmail, answer yes. And now it's signing into Gmail. You have some backup and restore options. Use Google location, and you can select next to allow whatever option you want. And here you have an area where you can type in your first and last name, and it says the phone uses your name to personalize some apps. And you'll have to agree to the Google services. Now it's saying your phone is set up and ready. Finish. And it's saying make yourself at home, and it's showing you your home screen. And it's giving you a little bit of a wizard to tell you how to choose some of your options. And here you have your home screen. And you can see the different pages that you have to set up. And it's rather fast and responsive with swipes. And you have your pages set up with some apps, a music player, your Wi-Fi, your GPS, data, sync, some different options. And the phone is set up and ready to use. I'm going to go ahead and make the calls to get this phone activated, and I'll start using it and let you know how it goes. Until then, stay tuned to FMRevu, and thank you for watching. As promised, I told everyone that I would give an update. Number one, the touch screen was very insensitive. When I was typing text messages or typing web addresses, it wouldn't respond to the touch that I had. Number two, it rebooted all the time, no matter what. It could be fully charged, or I could be in the middle of watching a video on YouTube or Netflix, and it would restart. Number three, it had a hard time keeping a dedicated connection to wireless networks. This is all the networks that I have, whether it's here at home or if it's at a friend's house, some areas outside in town, different cafes and restaurants, some at the job site. It just would not keep connections to internet. It also had a real low sound quality. I downloaded an app that gave it a little bit of a boost, but even with that app, it did not help enough to where I could just lay this down and hear it. Maybe if I was watching a video and washing dishes, or in the bathroom listening to music while I was taking a bath or brushing my teeth. It just didn't have the sound quality I was expecting out of a phone that had this type of specs, and for $180. So all in all, I'd give this probably a 6 out of 10 because it did have a large screen. It did do what it said it did, but it did have those things that kept it held back from being a perfect phone. As promised, I need to say,